This is the main landing page of our Periscope Atlas Release 1.0. What you see here is what we call the WebGIS. It's basically a browser-accessible geographical information system that allows the user to visualize on a graphical map the data that we have available in the Periscope Data Atlas. You can do the usual interactions you would expect, like panning and zooming, and you can actually start exploring the data in a visual manner, adding it as a layer to our visualization. For the sake of an example, let's add a well-known health metric that we've all come across in these 2 years of pandemic, which is the cases cumulative count, and add this as an additional layer to our map. So the data gets immediately visualized in shades of red from the lightest to the darkest, visualizing what was the cumulative case count during the pandemic. We also have a temporal filter accessible here, which pulls up this kind of visualization where you can choose temporal granularity, start and end date of the data you're interested in, and this useful slider which lets you explore the data temporally and see what happened in this case to the cumulative case count from the beginning of the pandemic, when it first came to Europe through Italy and a few cases in Belgium, to its spreading across Western Europe and increasing severity all the way to the second wave at the beginning of October 2020, where the cases outbreaks got really high in some of the European countries like Italy, Germany, France, the UK, and most of Western Europe really. Without leaving our WebGIS, we can also collapse the temporal filter and add an additional layer of data for performing a quick visual inspection cross-correlation analysis. For example, we can add the number of deaths as an additional layer, styling it as points on the map so that we can visualize it together with the number of cases we already enabled. This allows us to perform more in-depth analysis, showing, for example, that the number of cases in Italy and France, despite equally severe on our darkest visualization, however, shows different values, which are also corresponding to different shades of red for the number of deaths visualization. Finally, if 2 layers are not enough, we can also turn on our split view for side-by-side viewing of 2 maps, which can be controlled independently or also synchronized in panning and zooming. And we can use the second map to overlay yet another 2 independent layers, visualizing even additional data. The WebGIS of the Atlas 1.0 also provides a convenient entry point for our advanced multivariate analytics visualization dashboard. For example, we can select a couple states like Austria and Germany and access our multivariate analytics tab to visualize a prototypical radar chart where different metrics are shown on different axes for the 2 selected countries. What is more, our WebGIS provides a convenient entry point for other tools we have developed in the context of the Atlas 1.0. For example, we can select a couple countries we're interested into and access more detailed data in our Multivariate Analytics visualization dashboard. We selected Austria and Germany, and we moved to this tab all within our web browser that allows us to visualize more details about Austria and Germany. For example, in this radar chart, we can see different metrics regarding industrial production, monthly unemployment, consumer prices, and exporting goods for the two selected countries on this radar visualization chart. Additionally, we can filter and interact dynamically with the graph in the dimension of time, of space, for example, adding an additional country to the visualization, and exploring additional metrics that get added to the radar as an additional axis, up to 6 metrics at the same time. Still, in the multivariate visualization dashboard, we can access not only data about metrics, but also data about policies themselves. For example, still for the 3 selected countries of Austria, Italy, and Germany, we're visualizing all the start and end with this overlaid visualization of health resources, policies, and access their details with the specific dates and a compact description kindly provided by our CoronaNet policy tracker partner. Just like it's possible for our health and economics related metrics, also policy data can be filtered. For example, it is possible to activate visualization also for those policies controlling health monitoring initiatives and curfews, and update the graph accordingly. And to clear the clutter, we can also decide to deactivate the visualization for those regarding health resources. Collapse the filter, and we have a nice visualization of policies for our 3 countries that are also dynamically possible to select. And we can still see details about policies involving health monitoring and curfews. For example, this one about curfew in Austria. To complete our overview of our Atlas version 1 release, we give you sneak peek of what exciting features we are planning down the road. And for this, I'll jump to our Ontology page, which, as we speak, consists of a documentation of a fully fledged policy decision ontology, which models knowledge that we've used to shape the Atlas and its information model in a form of an ontology, which is a formal representation of a conceptualization, and is a current worldwide consortium standard for the semantic web. Here, for example, we have extensive documentation of all the classes and information entities we have modeled into our Atlas, and we plan to use this resource for enabling smart semantic search and richer information pooling for our visualization interfaces, search engines, and Atlas in general.